Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Welcome back, everyone. Great to have you here for our last show of the week, episode 2018 of the Cabral Concept. The weekend shows are our Cabral HouseCalls, where we are answering our community's questions each and every weekend, 52 weeks a year, and maybe even your question is going to be answered today. All of these questions are answered in the order they come in, and we answer 6 questions on Saturday and 6 on Sundays every single week. All things wellness, weight loss, anti-aging, so many new members coming over to the podcast over the past few weeks. I'm very happy to have you. Always remember, all the podcasts are very easy to be searched over at stephencabral.com/podcasts. Type in your keyword phrase like functional medicine detox or Hashimoto's or rheumatoid or lupus or allergies or tick protocol or whatever, and you're going to be able to find it. So that is my intro. That is my spiel to get started. Now let's dive into our community's questions. So first things first. First question's from Anonymous. It came in on 6/23. It was a very busy day. All of yesterday's shows basically were from 6/21 to 6/23. First one today from June 23rd. Thank you for taking the time to answer our questions. I love tuning into your podcast every day to learn from you. Thanks, Anonymous. During the summer community detox in June, my stool had a long 5 to 6 inch, I would estimate, white yellowish mucousy strand in it. This was upon waking on day 3. I would love to know what you think caused this or what it could be. Anyhow, I'm happy it's out. Thank you in advance. Okay, so a white yellowy mucus strand in it, probably not a parasite, probably biofilm most likely, but I can't tell you for sure. It could also be stagnant bile that was released from the liver, which is in the bottom right side of the rib cage here, moved into your bowels, and then you had a bowel movement and got out of your body. I agree with you. Whatever it was, great to be out of your body. Could be biofilm, could be basically thickened bile, which is different. Biofilm, which is a mucus fibrous based covering over the walls of the intestines that it can have heavy metals in it. It can be protecting parasites, etc. So if you haven't already done one, Anonymous, I would do an intestinal cleanse to get other stuff out of there as well. So I think that would be good. You did the functional medicine detox, do an intestinal cleanse, and if you think you have digestive issues, I would run our digestive tests, which are the bacteria and parasite stool tests, the Candida metabolic and vitamins test, and if you want, add the food sensitivity as well. All right, great question. Jamie's up next. Hi, Dr. Cabral. You've been a gift for me. I've learned so much from you and have applied many changes to my life, and I'm so grateful. Thank you. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that. That's kind. My question is about throat stones. No one likes to talk about them, and I'm happy you can shed some light on what they are and how to prevent them. Thank you. Okay, so I've actually talked about this podcast or this topic multiple times. Let's see if we can find it. Let's go to stephencabral.com/podcasts, and then let's go to the search box, and we're going to type in tonsil stones. Same thing. If you have tonsils, they're in your tonsils. If you don't have tonsils, sometimes they embed themselves in the soft palate of the upper mouth. And we talked about tonsil stones, it looks like, on, 457, 1716 was the main show. All right? So, my friend, Jamie, I'm going to refer you over to episode 1716 to learn about tonsil stones and what to do about those. All right, next question is from Mary. Mary is asking, I've recently been hearing and learning about ayahuasca plant medicine as a miracle type cure for things like addiction, trauma, depression, and anxiety. I would love to hear your thoughts on this and these types of retreats in places like Costa Rica. Okay, happy to talk about this. I've never personally done an ayahuasca ceremony myself. I'm definitely not against it. I just don't feel a need to do it. Just like most psychedelics out there, I just haven't felt a need. Again, I actually talked about this last Friday. Let me just check this. Let's just see here. All right, not this past Friday, but one Friday before that, I talked about Michael Pollan's new book called This Is Your Mind on Plants. And what I said on that show, essentially, that was obviously a book review of his book. But basically, I said, listen, I think like 15 years ago, definitely 15 years ago, my mind and psyche was not in the best place. I had already been working on my psyche for 10 years before that, but still not there yet. And I think if these things were available 15 years ago, not like they are today. Again, they started becoming much more popular maybe like 5-6 years ago. Yeah, 6, 7, I'm trying to think right now because I can tell you almost like the exact date because I was having a lot of questions and conversations when this began. And it was around 2015 or so. So what's that, 6, 7 years ago? Yeah, about that. Okay. So after I just kind of digressed there, I am not against them by any means. What people need to be careful of is you need a really good shaman or someone to take you through the ceremonies. Typically, it's 3 to 5 over the course of a week or 10 days. And bad things have happened. Just to be honest with you, like bad things have gone bad for many of these ceremonies. And you're in a totally different country, so you just have to be careful. I wish it was legalized and you had to maybe go through some type of process to be able to be, certified or so to do this. But then again, the government gets into it. And I don't like the government in natural health. So what I can say is get a good referral, go with someone you trust, and start out slow, and you can always do more. That's what I recommend. But again, I'm not giving you an actual medical advice or recommendation, of course, because we don't give any medical advice or treatment protocols or cures on the podcast. I'd be very careful as well with anything that you believe, just like me, to be a panacea, right? So like I used to believe in the silver bullets and all that. What I can say, though, is that many of these things can be life-changing for people. The one, though, that I believe that is going to be getting the most credit is psilocybin, which is a natural mushroom-based plant extract. Ayahuasca is natural as well, combining 2 plants together to create ayahuasca. It's not one plant. And okay, so psilocybin coming from mushrooms has been shown to help with many things that you're talking about right now: PTSD, trauma, addiction, depression, etc. And people are looking into ketamine right now. I think psilocybin is the way to go. But again, I can't give you medical recommendations. You can actually engage in psilocybin therapy in Colorado right now, Denver, Colorado, I believe. And I think Oregon is looking to legalize it as well. All right. And you can always do both if you needed to, but I don't know. I mean, I can't give you advice, but if it were me, I'd head out to Colorado, Denver, Colorado. I would do a therapy session first with a practitioner. Then I would do the psilocybin session, which is like 4 to 6 hours long. Then I would do a session after that to make sure you talk about basically what you went through and you're guided through during that. That's how I like to look at it. And again, a lot of medical research behind this as well. Okay, Mary's up next. Oh, no, we just answered Mary's question. David's up next. Dr. Cabral, I've been living through, we try to keep this a family show, so I'm just going to put bad times is what I'm going to replace that with for the last 5 years. None of the doctors were here in Hungary were able to figure out what's wrong with me. So they sent me to a psychiatrist who gave me a bunch of antidepressants. My symptoms are extreme fatigue, brain fog, low mood, difficulty concentrating, poor memory. They say it's severe depression. Well, it's not. I always knew these symptoms were caused by something, so I started to read books. My mother works in a lab. She checked my anti-TPO and anti-TG and figured out that I have Hashimoto's. With your diet, I lowered my TSH from 3.9 to 1.5, which is awesome, but I'm still weak and fatigued. Lots of symptoms passed, though. Difficult to fall asleep. I'm tired when I wake up. Deep sleep is usually 9 minutes. I avoid gluten, dairy, corn, sugar, coffee. Take B6, some fat, blood pressure. I'm healing, but I feel like I'm a 90-year-old in a sick person's body. I'm only 30. Anyways, you're awesome and you have answers for everything. Others always said it was all in my head. No, it's not. Something is causing it. You're a blessing to the world. Thank you for everything you do. I hope one day I find what's causing it. Okay. Thank you very much for the kind words. And I'm happy to help you with this. So I just did a podcast called 7 warning signs you're wearing out your adrenals. That was episode 2014. You probably, if you're a daily listener, you just checked that out a couple days ago. So I'm going to help you with all of this right now is where to get started. All right. So first things first, what I recommend is taking one of my health results accelerators. Just go to StephenCabral.com. Just go to StephenCabral.com/courses. It will take you to the accelerators page. I have one on thyroid. It will teach you more than you ever wanted to know about how to rebalance the thyroid, literally. So you can do that. Ideally, you will also get the stress hormones, mood, and metabolism test. Because remember, the thyroid is only one part of the endocrine system. You need to know what's also affecting the thyroid. And if possible, you'd want to run the big 5. Because most likely there's gut issues, there's heavy metals, there's something causing the elevated TPO antibodies, right? So you're doing great, but you can, of course, do a lot better. So that's obviously the goal. So the nice thing, though, about running the labs and learning from the Health Results Accelerator is that you're going to get a plan along with the lab. Remember, people can go back and forth for years trying to figure this out. Why not work with an integrative health practitioner that knows how to help you? Like, that's the thing. Like, this is their expertise. That's what I recommend. Because there's no way I could give you an answer in 3 or 4 minutes, but I just told you exactly what will be the fix. It's learning more, and I have lots of podcasts as well. If you don't want to invest in the Health Results Accelerator, totally fine. I'm okay with that. Lots of free podcasts on thyroid. But run the big 5 if possible, or at least run stress hormones, mood, and metabolism, or that and the starter kit. That's what I would do. Believe me, you're on the right track. You have the right mindset. I was told it was all in my head too, so I know exactly what you're going through. And of course, it's not. All right, Thomas is up next. Hi, Dr. Cabral. I'm in the process of completing my level 2 IHP certification, and I absolutely love the program. I recently completed a 7-day functional medicine detox. I routinely donate blood on a quarterly basis, and I've done this for approximately 3 years. I've never had an issue with hemoglobin levels, and 13 is required for men to give blood. However, 1 week following completion of my most recent detox, I went to donate blood and my hemoglobin was 11.6. Therefore, I was unable to donate blood that day. My question is, can completing a 7-day detox cause significant decrease in hemoglobin levels? Additionally, besides red meat and eggs, what foods do you recommend as healthy sources of iron? Thank you for all that you do, Tom. Tom, happy to help with this. No, a detox is not going to, nor should it ever affect any hemoglobin levels, which is oxygen. Now, don't already assume, though, that it's iron. This is a dangerous assumption for men or menopausal women. Here's why. Women with a normal menstrual cycle, meaning once a month, they have more of an issue with becoming anemic, right? Because they release blood from their body every single month. So that means that a lot of the iron comes along with it. Now, men don't. There's no real way to get iron out of the body, not to a great degree. So that means for men and for women that no longer have a menstrual cycle, you have to be careful that you don't build up too much iron. So the only way that you should know if you should take iron is to run your ferritin, transferritin, and total iron binding capacity. That's what you should run, TIBC, okay? Ferritin, transferritin, and total iron binding capacity. There are others you can run, but it's kind of like, let's make a deal with a lot of doctors, and so they'll run those. Now, your iron might be totally fine. It could also be your B12, excuse me, your B6, your folate. It could be vitamin C. It could be heavy metal damage, oxidative stress, potentially zinc and copper, but not typical. Copper is one of them, possibly. And potentially just low cal mag, which helps shuttle it in. That's it. So that's really what you're looking at. So there's some oxidative processes that could be taking place, and there's other forms of oxygen delivery methods. All right. So Thomas, hopefully that was helpful. Dora's up next. Heavy metal detox, smoothly, safe or not? Hi, Dr. Rawl. I don't know what that means. Heavy metal detox smoothie, safe or not? Hi, Dr. Rawl. I have Hashimoto's, and all the endocrinologists say is it cannot be cured. And once my thyroid is destroyed, I can get hormone pills. I've heard about celery juice and heavy metal detox smoothie, wild blueberries, barley grass, juice, powder, banana, orange, cilantro, dulse, seaweed, spirulina. The question is, can it be harmful? They say it leads heavy metals out of the body, but what if it grabs metals and drops them somewhere else? In my brain, liver, thyroid. Is it a safe way to get rid of heavy metals? I think it could help with curing Hashimoto's. Thank you for everything you do. With your help and podcasts, many of my family members are cured of their diseases completely. It is now my turn. Doctors say Hashimoto is not curable. I don't believe them. All right. Thank you, Dora. And I appreciate, again, like I said, all the kind words, support. Love to hear it. This is why we do it every single day, right? Because there's always someone new that needs this information. So I can't speak on a heavy metal detox smoothie. A lot of those things are great ingredients, but honestly, we formulated based on the exact research. The exact research says this: vitamin C, cilantro, cracked cell chlorella removes over 90% of the heavy metals in 42 days when using that. That's what we do. It's literally based on science. So functional medicine formulas are based on science, the dosages, and that's exactly what we do. So we have a 6-week heavy metal detox that mimics the research that you can find over at equi.life, EQUI.life. Just type in heavy metal detox. It's not going to cost any more. It's going to cost less than all of the other things added in, that's for sure. And you just do it on a daily basis, and it has one added benefit that we add in fluorofilm because oftentimes those heavy metals are bound up in biofilms inside the intestines. Okay. Now, again, I can't give you medical advice. I can't make any claims for medical treatments, cures, or disease diagnosis. But what I can tell you is this. It's crazy for doctors to tell you that Hashimoto's or any disease is incurable because someone out there has already cured their Hashimoto's, meaning tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people with Hashimoto's have recovered from it. So what does that mean? It means it's curable, right? Now, natural health can't say they cure any diseases. That's why we don't even need to, because Hashimoto's always has an underlying root cause. What are the main underlying root causes of Hashimoto's? Gut permeability, food sensitivities, heavy metals, oxidative stress, viruses. There's always an answer as to what. So the very best thing that you could do is run the Big Five. It comes with a consultation. It tells you exactly what to do to rebalance the underlying root cause levels. Let's say you can't afford the Big Five. Okay, take the Health Results Accelerator, the thyroid one. Just go to stevencabral.com/accelerators or /courses. It takes you to the same exact place. And you will learn everything that you need to do in order to rebalance your thyroid. That's really what it's all about. Remember, you didn't have Hashimoto's likely at 6 years old. You probably didn't even have it at 8 years old. It comes on in teenage years or 20s or 30s. And here's the thing. We're going to take you back to the place where you didn't have it, because we're going to rebalance the body. Again, we don't cure disease. Only conventional medicine can talk in those terms. Hashimoto's only exists because it's an autoimmune issue. And autoimmune issues only exist because the immune system's imbalanced. Well, what if you could rebalance the immune system? Well, then there wouldn't be an autoimmune issue, right? All right. You know you can do this. So it is your turn now, Dora. It is your turn. Your family had their turn. Now it's your turn. Let's make it happen. I want you to write back in when you make it happen so we hear that success story, all right? And feel free to share it at cabralsupportgroup.com. That's our free Facebook group. That's where we can get questions, or that's where we can get answers to your questions every single day and share on other people just like Dora looking to get the results they've been after. So that is it for today. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And of course, always feel free to share this show with anyone you believe it can serve. Tomorrow, I'll be back for our Mindset and Motivation Monday, a can't miss show, one of the best ways to start your week. Take care, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me here today on the show. Once again, I truly appreciate you. And as a valued listener, I wanted you to be the first to know we are debuting a brand new item. This is an everyday item that's going to be great for either one of your kids going back to school or yourself getting back into the work routine. And it is a cooler bag. So it's an eco cooler bag that you're able to take with you, bring a smoothie to work, keep it cold, bring your lunch to work. You can keep it cold. Same for your kids. It has multiple pockets. It's easy to carry around. It's lightweight. It's absolutely perfect for back to that fall routine schedule. And it's yours completely free. This is around $25 value. Yours completely free right now on all qualifying orders over at EQUI.life. That's eco.life. And you can pick out your favorite protocol, your favorite lab, your favorite nutritional supplements, whatever you've been looking to pick up and purchase. And right now, get a free cooler bag shipped to you completely free on all qualifying orders. I hope you enjoy it. Take some photos, tag us on social, and we'd love to see it. Take care, everyone.